Hi students, this video is about hire purchase. So first we'll see what is the origin and development of hire purchase. So in India, this hire purchase finance started only after the World War I, and after World War II, that is, the growth assumed visible dimensions in hire purchase. So with this increase in the economic activity, many non-banking financing companies entered the scene in the 50s and 60s only. So what is hire purchase? So here the possession of goods is transferred immediately, but the payment is made in installments. The ownership is transferred after all the installments have been paid. So hire purchase, known as the installment plan, is an arrangement whereby a customer agrees to a contract to acquire an asset by paying an initial installment and repays the balance of the price of the asset plus interest over a period of time. So this is about the hire purchase. So hire purchase is used to buy expensive items which a person cannot afford to pay right. For example, a car, ship or a plane. A down payment is usually paid at the balance, and the balance is paid over several months. So initially they should have a down payment to the hirer, and then the balance is paid over the several months in form of the installments. So there's a pictorial expression of how it is being initially deposit. Initial deposit nothing but the down payment, and later the balance in the regular payments. So balance in the EMI or monthly installments. Now we'll see the definition. So according to the Hire Purchase Act 1972, an agreement under which goods are let on hire, under which the hirer has an option to purchase them in accordance with the terms of agreement, and include an agreement under which the possession of goods is delivered from the owner thereof to a person on the condition that such person pays the amount in periodic payments. The property of the goods is to pass to such person on the payment of the last installment. So such a person has a right to terminate the agreement at any time before the property so passes. It involves two parties here. One is hirer and the hiree. So the hirer is the party which receives the assets, and the hiree is the party which rents out the asset. So you have to know the difference between the hirer and the hiree. So hire purchase agreement must be definitely in writing, and it has to be signed by both the parties. So they must clearly mention these following information. The first one is a clear description of the goods, what type of good it is. So a clear description has to be given about the goods. Then the cash price for the goods, exact cash price of the goods, it has to be mentioned in the hire purchase agreement. Then the hire purchase price, so which is very important. So the hire purchase price must definitely be mentioned in the agreement. And the deposit, so what is the down payment made, and after the down payment what will be the monthly installments to be paid by the person. And finally the rights to the parties from both the sides. Features of hire purchase like possession of goods, then each installment is treated as a hire charges, then ownership and default in the payment, and termination of the agreement. So these are the features of hire purchase. You can also write it for the nature of hire purchase. So in this slide we are going to see about the operation of hire purchase transaction. So when you operate this hire purchase agreement, first one, goods are let out on finance by the finance company to the hire purchase customer. So this is done by a finance company. So a finance company is an intermediary where acts as a mediator between the hirer and the hiree. The buyer is required to pay an annual amount of periodic installments given in the period. This has to be mentioned in the agreement itself. So it has been to be paid as an equal amount of periodic installments. Third one, ownership transfers at the payment of the last installment. So the ownership will be transferred only after the successful completion of the payment of the last installment. So alternatively, instead of the down payment, the hirer has to deposit an equal amount at the fixed deposit with the finance company. So which provides an entire finance on the hire purchase term. So the finance company is paying on behalf of them, and with the repayable with the interest in every month installment EMI over 36 months to 48 months. So this is a duration. And the deposits and the accumulated interest is returned to the hirer upon the payment of the last installment. The hirer is required to make a down payment, initial payment of 20 to 25% of the cost of the asset, and pay the balance amount along with the interest in the advance or arrears over a period of this 36 to 48 months. So next we see the process of hire purchase. So the dealer contracts with the finance company for financing his hire purchase deal. So the dealer is contracting with the finance company. The customer selects the good for hire purchase and dealer arrange for the complete set of documents. So it is the dealer's work. And down payment by customer on the completion of the proposal form. Dealer sends document to finance company with the request to hire purchase, the request to purchase the good and accept the HP or hire purchase transaction. So the finance company signs the agreement and sends the copy along with the EMI details clearly mentioned to the dealer, and the dealer delivers the goods to the customer. Property passes on to the finance company. So the hirer pays EMI on the last payment. The ownership passes on to him with the loan completion certificate by the finance company. That is about the hirer obligation. The first to have to pay the hire installments regularly, to take the reasonable care of goods. So he should have the care the goods which is being hired. So if the hirer damages the goods by using them in a non-standard way, he or she must continue to pay the installments, and if appropriately compensate the owner for any loss in the asset value. Also, he has to inform the owner where the goods will be kept. So he should clearly mention where it is being kept. And the hirer can sell the products if and only if he has purchased the goods finally or else to any other third party. And it is pretty much similar to installments, but the main difference is only of the ownership of the asset. So these are the rights of the owner. The owner usually has the right to terminate the agreement where the hirer defaults in paying the installments or breaches any of the other terms in the agreement, and this entitles the owner to forfeit the deposit to retain installments already paid and recover the balance due to the repossess the goods. So which have to be by application to a court depending on the nature of goods and the percentage of the total price which is being paid. So you can claim for damages for any loss suffered. So the advantages of hire purchase system: there is no immediate cash, easy possession of goods, and economic growth, reduced burden, that is for the low income people, and also it's a relief to the buyer. So he easier to buy an expensive thing and eventually own something that you cannot afford. So other advantages such as expensive items without much huge financial investment. So in the interest charge and depreciation of the vehicle are tax deductible here. Terms can be flexible and fixed repayments make for easy future budgeting. After full payment of the hire purchase agreement, the ownership of the goods is transferred to the hirer. So this is about the advantages of HP. So when you have advantages, you definitely have disadvantages. First one is the higher prices. So buyer has to pay higher price than is payable on cash purchase. So the seller adds a margin to cover interest and risk. Transfer of ownership is until the last installment paid. So he cannot sell the goods before the final payment. And risk of bad debts: when the buyer fails to pay installment, the seller suffers the losses, and he has to spend money and time to recover the goods from the buyer. And also large investment. So the hire purchase seller has to invest considerable funds because payments are received from buyers over a period of time, for a long period. Other disadvantages: reputed buyers can only buy, then may lead to bankruptcy, and buyer has to mortgage his property. Buyer may incur loss, lose payment paid installments in the event of default. It is expensive. For example, I have taken, if Mr. A and B both are buying the particular brand type car that cost 1,50,000, for example I am telling. from the same seller, and Mr. A makes an outright payment for the car, immediate payment, but B purchased the car on hire purchase. So A is paying immediately for the car and B is purchasing on hire purchase system. Then B is going to pay more for the car. Instead of buying with 1,50,000, B is going to buy it for 1,50,000 plus whatever interest which is put on by the seller. So it is also a loss to the seller in the event of default of the buyer. So this is about the disadvantages. So we'll quickly go to the contents of hire purchase agreement. I have highlighted very clearly. According to the Act, a hire purchase agreement shall state the hire purchase price of the goods, so which is mentioned in the agreement itself, and the cash price of the good. Say that price of the goods which may be purchased by the hirer for the cash, and date on which the agreement shall be deemed or to be commenced, to have commenced. The number of installments by which hire purchase price is to be paid. So the amount of each those installment, date, mode, and every date, determining the date upon which is payable, and another person who, and the place where it is to be payable, and everything has to be mentioned here in the hire purchase agreement. And the next one, the goods to which the agreement relates in a manner sufficient to identify them. So the goods which is associated with the agreement. So students will see the eligibility to enter into hire purchase transactions and difference between hire purchase and lease in the next video. Thank you.